I have another piece of interesting, culturally relevant research that I wish everybody in the United States knew about. So, for anybody who has ever taken a sex ed class, you learned about the hero's journey of the sperm to penetrate the egg, a la Darwin's survival of the fittest. It is only the strongest, the bravest, the fastest sperm that is going to get to the egg first and win the coveted role of penetrating it. Turns out that's not true. Guess who picks which sperm penetrates the egg? The egg does. So of the millions of sperm that make this heroic journey, only about 20 or 30 of them are actually going to get anywhere close to the egg. And it is within those last 1 to 2 centimeters that the egg is then able to influence the decision. The egg is surrounded by something called follicular fluid, and it has what are known as chemoattractants that act on the odor receptors on the sperm to either speed the sperm up towards the egg or slow it down, meaning that the sperm that the egg wants is put in the fast lane towards it. So what are the criteria by which the egg is deciding which sperm it wants or which it doesn't? That's a great question. And while researchers aren't 100% certain, they've got some good hints. First of all, when you put an individual's egg next to their partner's sperm and a stranger's sperm, there is no guarantee that the egg is going to select the partner's sperm. In fact, about half the time, the egg will pick the sperm of the stranger over that of the partner. Why that is may have something to do with genetic compatibility. Likewise, within a given partner, the egg is discerning as to which of the sperm it believes is most compatible. And this finding is farther reaching than highlighting the fact that medical gender bias has been alive and well. The fact that we are just learning this now is insane. It means that somebody had to care enough to even ask. So beyond this fact just being cool and interesting, this has implications for individuals who are dealing with infertility. Roughly 30% of infertility is described as unexplained, meaning there is no medical explanation for it. This may actually serve as that explanation. And anecdotally, there is something really interesting that wouldn't have even occurred to me if this wasn't going on with my friend. I have a friend who's been going through IVF. She's had a failed IVF cycle. When I shared this with her, she was like, oh my God. So one piece of the puzzle is that the egg and the sperm are put into a dish together, and it is the patient's choice as to whether or not the sperm is injected directly into the egg or whether or not they just leave the egg and the sperm in there to hang out and kind of do their thing. And the doctors, of course, are recommending that you manually insert a sperm into the egg because you'll have better chances of fertilization. But what if, beyond fertilization, your best chance of having a viable embryo has something to do with the egg's inherent intelligence in making that decision for itself? So she changed the protocol. She went back to her doctors and said, okay, this time I do not want you to inject a sperm into the egg. Just put them in the petri dish and let nature take its course. Let my egg make the choice. Isn't that so interesting? And I think I get why this hasn't been bigger news. It's not just the patriarchy. This data came out in 2020 and people's minds were elsewhere. But if you're interested in reading the article for yourself, this is it. And something much more digestible done by CNN. Check it out.